Oh, yeah.
Dude, too bad Terry's in prison. He'd be loving all this.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. The Sunset Rewind FanZone show. Kevin Dull here with you, along with Moe Pottios. So, Coach, we got a great fan base out there. Let's honor them this week and give some shout-outs. What do you think?
100%. And so what we want to do with this portion of the show is kind of get the fans involved as much as possible. Shout-outs we're going to give to people we've seen in the Sunset League doing things. We'll answer all of your comments and the comment questions. Yeah, so any questions
Players,
you have,
coaches,
shoot them our way. We're going to go over all that stuff. So, yeah, let's start with shout-outs. First of all,
who you got?
I got the Sunset League 6-0. I told you guys last week.
And you predicted
they're
it.
all going to the playoffs. I'm standing by that prediction. They didn't let me down. And by the way, shout out to the lower levels.
Yeah.
5-0. Newport Harbor didn't play because they didn't take the whole program to Hawaii. So
Right.
A week off. But so, if you're a fan of the Sunset League, they're not going anywhere. We know how good they are this year, but all the freshmen going undefeated. So great start to the league. So
future looks bright.
Future looks bright in the Sunset League. See how that worked?
Yeah. Hey, I'd like to thank Jill Elroy of Fountain Valley. She is one of the Booster Club, I believe the president, but she made it so easy for me to get on the sideline of their game, which is kind of challenging sometimes when you're playing at a away school. But I went right up, told them who I was. She had my name on the list. So thank you very much, Jill Elroy of the Fountain Valley Barons.
And why don't we just keep it in the Elroy family? My man Kane. So last week when we did the scrimmage show, we had that JV guy that was running all the plays.
Yeah.
They were kind of giving a show. We had no idea who his name was.
The coach.
And I think that's a guy give you a hard time.
Oh, he did.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
But Kane was nice enough. I don't know if it's on Twitter or on YouTube. It's Coach Flowers. That's his name.
Coach Flowers. I'm not going to forget that one.
Yeah, so he is
Coach
the Sean
Flowers.
McVay or the Norm Chow of JV offense. In fact, their JV team, I didn't write the score down. I think they won like 41-0. They wiped out their opponents.
Yeah,
so,
some stuff going on.
Clearly, this guy's got a system down. And thank you, Kane, for getting me Coach's name. And we'll certainly be running into him at the games and looking forward to meeting him.
Absolutely. Hey, TJ Fenton did us a big favor by granting us an interview yesterday. After a long ride home from Garces Memorial in Bakersfield, we went over there, as we said in the Los Al wrap-up, and TJ was gracious and met with us and talked to us and took some time out of his busy schedule. So thank you, Coach Fenton, for meeting with us yesterday.
Is that rumor true that I know you had him in English, but
Yes.
that he has the highest grade ever in your class, percentage-wise?
Yeah, so the story goes, TJ Fenton was in my English class when he was a freshman in high school, and to this day, in all my years of teaching, I believe he still has the highest grade ever. He did everything, got A+ on everything, and did the extra credit. So his grade was something like 110% or something like that.
That's probably what his grade should be right now, play calling.
Absolutely.
The way they're rolling up points.
Absolutely.
Let's see. I got one more. Oh, okay. So, one of the hardest parts about this job is the names, just because we don't know you guys. I mean, we read them. It's like, as a teacher, that first day of school, we're going through the roster, and we always butcher about 10% of them. But the difference is we get corrected right then and there.
Right.
So if we're butchering your name, please let us know in the comments. We'll fix it. So Shin Brennan of Los Alamitos.
Okay.
Now, it's spelled S-I-N-N, so you would think Sin, right? Well, no. I don't know if his brother or his dad, but Brendan Brennan gave me a tweet.
Right.
Fixing the spelling. So
Enlightened
thank you, Brendan. Yeah, I appreciate that. And check this out. How about some ethnic diversity? Half Japanese, half Gaelic.
Wow.
It's quite a mix-up, or not a mix-up, but a combination. So, Shin, I will not get that wrong.
No.
Keep up the good work.
You're going to be saying his name a lot this year, too. He's a dude.
You got anyone else?
Eric Ramos is a former Sunset Rewind team member last year, and he came back to us this year, and he was the person who gave us all the information on the Edison versus Venice game. So, Eric, welcome back to the family. We're glad to have you back. Thank you so much for being here.
Okay, one more. Big shout out to Joey Mesa. Now, Murph's going to pull up a picture of the Battle of the Bay trophy, and you can see it right up here. And you probably recognize that, but nobody knows what that's called. And I know a lot of people in the boating industry that could tell me what it is and what it does, but they don't know the name. So anyway, he went on to, if you go to our Corona Del Mar season preview show and go to the comments section, he explains it. It's called a telegraph system. But if you Google that and you just put telegraph system in, it's going to show the old telegraph, like when they type in Morse code and stuff.
Right.
You got to go telegraph system boating. And he actually even put a link into a ship captain explaining what it is. It's only about 2 minutes long. but it's a really cool explanation by a captain of a. It's one of those like things that go up and down the
Right,
Mississippi.
that's the thing. They're
those-
like, yeah.
No, but the boat. Those.
The steamboats.
Steamboat. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, a really cool video. It's short and easy and to the point. So Joey, thank you so much for providing that. That was cool stuff, and I never knew that. So
Always good to learn some new stuff and get a history lesson and clarification for sure. For sure.
yeah, so we're good on the shout outs.
Yeah,
next?
yeah. I think we're good on the shutouts. The shout-outs. Let's get to some fan questions
Okay.
that we received on the YouTube channel.
All right, Ishmael Cuevas, great job. Just curious, what happened to the host from last season? That's a great question. Dr. Howard Kroom
Doctor.
and Alex Crawford. So those guys were the founding fathers, for lack of a better term, of this show.
They're amazing.
Without them, there is no Sunset
That's
Rewind.
right.
They
That's
basically
right.
had an idea, and they made it a reality.
They turned the dream into a reality. Yeah, they're awesome.
And the only reason we're here is because of what they did.
Absolutely.
And those guys were grinders. They'd go to every practice,
Yep.
every game. If a guy was signing a letter of intent, they were there with the film crew. I mean, they were so driven. If a guy turned 16, they'd probably follow them to the DMV to film to get their license. I mean, that's just how involved
Yeah.
they were. And then Alex would come by after the studio and just grind for hours upon hours, producing it all,
Yep.
because you got to get the lighting right, all the visuals, everything you put into that final product that people see. They did that. And so from what I understand, Dr. Howard Kroom just got offered the opportunity to be the assistant athletic director at his alma mater of Oregon State.
Where he played football.
Well, exactly. So
Yeah,
that's pretty
awesome.
darn cool. So
Congratulations.
How do you turn that down?
Congratulations, Howard.
And being a
That's
young guy,
awesome.
being an AD at a major college
That's
like that,
so cool.
His future's looking good.
That's so cool.
In fact, we met him in the studio.
Yeah, he
Great
was
guy.
awesome.
And the program.
And he's helped us with some stuff in the program as well.
So this is last year's program, and we're in the
Right.
process of finishing this year's, which you wrote a lot of, but there's a lot of things we just didn't know being first-year guys.
Right.
So Jason, our boss, sent this up, what you had done
Yeah.
to
Howard helped us with some editing.
Howard.
Let's see that again. Hold
You
on.
want to see that? All right.
He had a lot of key information to add.
Got to zoom in on that shot right there.
Got it. No, it's important. So this is like the Bible of Sunset League. I mean, it's got
Yeah,
all the
everything you
teams
need
all
to
play.
know.
Anyway, you'll get those at the games. It's worth it. But so he's got a full-time job, and he still took time on
Yeah.
his time to help finish the magazine. So we're really appreciative of that. And then from what I understand, Alex, we haven't met him yet. It seems like a cool guy. I mean, I'd
Yeah,
definitely-
Alex is a good guy.
hang out with him.
I think he's pursuing a career in acting or something like that.
Yeah,
we
he
were
wants to
told. Yeah.
pursue a career in acting, but those two have an open invitation to the show anytime they
Oh,
want to come
yeah,
on. In
I
fact,
hope
we
they
got to
come
make an
back.
effort,
Yeah.
to get
I
them
hope
on
they
and just
come
kind
back.
of follow their careers and see how that's
Yeah.
going. Because those guys, there is no Sunset Rewind without them. And it's
Yeah,
that
anything we
simple.
can do to help them, absolutely.
So big shout out, not only answering the questions from the fans, but giving them a shout out as well. Go ahead,
So next question we got from
Jaden Sy.
Jaden Sy. He says, "Do you guys do this for any other leagues?" As of now, no. It's just Sunset Rewind. We're putting all our energy into that, and hopefully we're trying to grow this into something bigger to potentially cover all of Orange County or all of Southern California. So with your support, we're hoping to grow this big. And as of right now, it's a Sunset League.
Yeah, I mean, if they did that, they'd have to get another team just because it's just, there's only
Yeah,
two of us, and we
yeah.
got a support staff, but to go to more league games would almost be impossible. But to your point, if this continues to grow, I
Yeah,
could see them
absolutely.
hiring. In fact, all the players out there watching this, if this is something you're interested in, I'm thinking it would be a couple years away anyway. Kind of start learning the trade, come on down
Oh,
to the
yeah,
studio, hang out
absolutely.
with us, and maybe you guys could be the Sunset League team or the
Absolutely.
Empire League team or the Trinity League team, whatever. But I think this is something that's going to grow. That's the plan.
Yeah,
And so
the more on the team, the better.
yeah, and why not get some Sunset League guys in
Absolutely,
on this? So,
especially, and that goes for any alumni of Sunset League schools out there watching. Feel free to come down to the studio and check in with us. And if you want to learn this trade, we have wonderful people here who will assist you in that.
okay, next one is from Kai Kozai. I actually know this guy.
Me too.
You said all 6 teams are going to make the playoffs. How's that possible? Well, I feel like we always bring up this whole CIF thing every time we do an episode. I'm going to make this short and sweet. The new rule of CIF is if you win enough games, you can make the playoffs. And I'm not going to get into all the details, but the old way used to be they would take the top 3 teams from a league, maybe a wild card, and that was it. But if you take care of business in the non-league and win enough games and qualify the playoffs,
Right.
you could have 6 teams go to 6 different divisions.
Right.
It's new, and that's the way it is. And so, yeah, all 6 teams could, in fact, make the playoffs.
So Bruce T. Sawyer asks,
Great name, by the way.
yeah, Bruce T. Sawyer. I know they will be flinging the football all around the field, but what's the running game look like? He's referring to Newport Harbor. Okay. I know defense will be ready like always. Maybe this can be the year we get a Battle of the Bay victory. So obviously that's on the minds of all the Sailor fans out there. So to answer your question, Bruce, our information so far that we have is Peyton Irving's a senior running back, number 34. He's going to be their feature back this year. And he's the returning leading rusher from last season. So Coach Lofthouse and his offense, obviously they'll have plans for Peyton Irving. So look for him to have the big shoulders and carry the majority of the load in the Sailor running attack this year.
By the way, you see the name Peyton and the number 34?
Yeah.
I wonder if there's any correlation.
Oh, Walter Payton's sweetness.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bryce, not Bruce, for that question.
Bryce, sorry about that.
Here's the best one from Jose Cisneros. I Googled Murphy Cargus like you asked us to on last week's show. Is that the dude from Sugar Ray in the movie Scooby-Doo? Murph, why don't you go ahead
I don't
and
know.
answer that
Are you that dude?
Hey, there I am. You know what? He gets a prize.
Okay.
Whoever that is that Googled me had to watch the whole video because I'm not in the description. So this person had to watch the whole video, get that little detail, and then actually do what you said. So you get something. You win something.
Well, hey, come on down to the studio. We shoot on Sundays. We'll buy you lunch next door at the, what's that place called? The Wild
Goose.
The Wild Goose.
Great restaurant. Jose Cisneros.
Our amazing producer is Murphy Carges, who, spoiler alert, is the bass guitarist from the world famous
Well, I'm more impressed about the
band.
Scooby-Doo thing. I mean, that's, come on.
Sugar Ray.
Who were you? Were you Shaggy or were you the bad guy that they take the mask off at the end?
No, that was actually a pretty fun thing. They flew us out to Australia. I'm not in the band Sugar Ray anymore. It was a long. We were 24 years I was in it, and they flew us to Australia.
Wow.
It was pretty cool. It was during a tour we did with a band called Live, a really big band from the 90s. They were huge down there.
Ed Kowalczyk.
Yeah. So we toured with them. They played arenas down there, and we opened that series of dates. But we did the Scooby-Doo thing too, and we're like, Scooby-Doo. We were in a movie years before. Well, I don't want to go on a tangent, but we thought they were just gonna be kind of silly.
So was this a band you did that?
Sugar Ray, we appeared in the movie, so you haven't seen it, right?
No, remember
I'm
the
like,
people you did Fred Flintstone and
Anyways, no, so we just appeared as a band that was playing on the island. It was a spooky island party or something, and so there we were with Sarah Michelle Gellar, I think is her name, Freddie Prinze Jr., and we turned into demons and we tried to attack them.
Murphy,
I'll have to check that out. Not to bum you up, but
Murphy.
No, I have a little bit. I'll go back to me here because I don't want to take up too. So I have a little bit where the camera actually goes to me, and Mark looks at me, and then it's just on me, and I push my glasses up, and man, look out, Al Pacino.
All right, well, now I got to see it.
Did you get to recite the classic Scooby-Doo line? I would have gotten away for it if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
You know what? That's amazing. Luckily, I had no lines.
That's why I did so well,
That's
right?
great stuff. Anyway, that's Murphy. That's our amazing, wonderful, wonderful producer, and we couldn't do this without him. So thanks for everything, Murphy. We appreciate you.
All the production that goes into this, all the music you hear, the lighting,
It's
his
so
studio,
amazing.
it's all we do is show up and talk football.
Yeah.
He's got to kind of do the grinding and all the
You talk
the
about
dirty
making
work.
our lives easy,
Exactly.
and fun. Yeah.
Well, with that, we got some scholarship updates.
Yeah. Let's see what Sunset League guys got some scholarships.
So,
coming
by the
up.
way, Dole and I are on Twitter. If you guys send us direct links, we'll read any
we'll
offers
get
you're
this up
getting,
here for
any
you.
confirmations. Like on my feed alone, last week I got 3 guys, all from Los Al, actually. Ethan O'Connor, he got an offer from the University of Colorado.
Congratulations, Ethan. That's awesome.
Good job, Ethan. Damian Henderson, running back, is committed to Colorado State.
Oh, in-state rival.
So they got 2 guys going
Nice.
there.
Congratulations, Damien. That's awesome.
And then Isaiah Dorsey got an offer from Lincoln University.
Isaiah, good job, man. Congratulations to all you Griffins. That's awesome.
College for free, yes, please. So
Awesome.
send us your offers that you're getting. If you commit, let us know, and we'll more than be happy to give you a shout out on the show.
So we had another topic come up that's kind of been floating around the ether, I guess, especially in the city of Huntington Beach. What is it, Coach?
Yeah, so somebody tweeted, I don't know who it was, but we have the Battle of the Bay, you have all these
Yep.
rival games. Somebody brought up an idea of
The Bell
Battle
game.
of the Huntington Beach Trophy, and basically you've got Edison and Huntington Beach right there. They share the same town, the same stadium.
Yep.
So I'll pose a question to the fans. Do you like the idea of them having a rival game, and what kind of trophy should they play for? What would you call it?
I
Would it be
love
the
it.
Battle of the...
I got a name. The Surf City USA Trophy.
All right, well, there
And
you
you
go.
got a big, maybe a surfer guy with holding a football. I don't know. That's
kind of stereotyping these coastal guys. All I hear about is a bunch of surfers.
But Huntington Beach prides itself. That is Surf City USA. That is.
I like it.
The
All right, well, Murph's down for it. All right, well,
Yeah.
so Murph,
It's-
put a comment in the comment section, and whoever gets the most votes, We'll contact the ADs of those schools and maybe we'll push it.
It's a starting point.
It's a
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, and Edison and Huntington Beach, I mean, such a rich tradition. Two great schools, so yeah.
All right. Players of the week. Who do you
Players of
got?
the week. Me, well, no surprise here. I'm going to have to go with Mr. Nelson of Los Alamitos. I mean, 14 of 15 for 345 yards and 5 touchdowns in the first half. I mean, I got to go with Malachi Nelson. It was tough, though, because there's so many quarterbacks that performed well this week and so many other players. But end of the day, I mean, to put up those numbers in one half, Malachi Nelson is my player of the week.
I struggled with this one. I was going back and forth between Hingham of Harbor and Hoke of CDM. They both had 3 touchdowns, lit it up. But
Parker Awad was great for Edison, too.
yeah, I mean, you can go a lot of directions, but I ended up going with the only starting junior quarterback in the Sunset League.
Okay.
First-year starter, junior Noah Banua of Fountain Valley.
Nice.
4 touchdowns,
Nice. Yeah.
threw it to 3 different receivers.
He was great.
He was dealing, had a great game. In fact, he just posted on his Twitter feed the highlight reel. He basically took the Huddle highlight reel and put it on Twitter.
Nice.
And I was impressed. Only a junior. So, we've talked about all these great quarterbacks in the league.
Great
right?
kid,
And-
too. You know, that interview I had with him after the game, really nice kid.
Yeah, and he's a junior. And so he's the one guy who's going to be returning next year as a starter.
awesome.
But he's off to a great start in his career as a junior. So he's going to be my player of the week.
Good, good. I like that pick. Like I said, this is a tough week to pick a player of the week because there's so many student athletes that were worthy of it. But we'll go again next week and see who steps up next week.
Speaking of picks,
Uh-oh.
I'm not going to hurt my shoulder too much, pat myself on the back, but I was 6-0 last week.
Yeah, and yours are pretty darn spot on as well.
And I'll tell you right now, I'm planning on going 12-0. So why don't we just go one down at a time? You want me to go first, or do you want to?
You go first, and I'll
You'll
give you my
piggyback off my picks like you did last week. That's fine.
I'll try to mix it up a little more.
All right. Fountain Valley is at El Dorado. They
Okay.
return to the scene of the crime from last Friday's game.
Yes.
I've got, oh man, that coach is going to be, Flyers going to be upset. I'm giving you 35 points this game.
Okay.
More than 21 because, El Dorado's a little bit better in my opinion.
Yeah.
35's a lot. So I've got Fountain Valley 35-21.
So what Coach Pottios was referring to is I was walking the sideline at the Fountain Valley game, and it was about a minute before halftime, and Fountain Valley was leading 31-14, and Coach Flowers looked at me and said, 21, that's all you got for us? 21? And I looked at him and said, hey, Coach, I'm impressed. Now we know for next week.
Hey,
So-
Coach, respect is earned,
Yeah.
not given. You earned it. So
Coach
I'm bumping
Flowers.
up the point total. You're up to 35.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong again, and I'll be more than happy to keep hooking you guys
And he
up.
was great. He told us he appreciated us and gave me the fist bump, Coach Flowers. So shout out to you.
All right, give me a score.
So I'm going to give you a score. I think that Barron offense keeps rolling. So I'm going to go Fountain Valley 42, El Dorado 21.
Oh, yeah, you're sucking up to Coach Flowers. I got it. All right. Let's go. CDM is at Los Gatos.
Up the Cats up in the Santa Cruz area, Los Gatos.
Yeah, and they were 10-1 last year, so that's a good test for CDM. I just think CDM's got it going on in all positions. Their defense after that first drive settled down and were lights out the rest of the game. Give me CDM 42-14.
Los Gatos is going to be a tough challenge for them, but at the end of the day, they're going to put some distance between them and the Cats. I'm going to go CDM 35, Los Gatos 10.
Remember, CDM dominates preseason, so I really like that.
That's
team.
true.
Okay, Huntington Beach is going to be at home. It's on a Thursday night against Summit, a team from Fontana. These are actually 2 very evenly matched games. And you remember, the way Huntington Beach plays, they play defense. They're physical on offense. They like to run that ball. So these are shorter games. I mean, that game was on. I was almost at home by 9:15, but then the fourth quarter got long. But the way that both teams are running the ball, I was like, this is great. I'm going to be out here in no time. But so I've got them. I've got them winning. I think it's going to be a little bit more low scoring just because it's going to be a shorter game. Give me the Oilers 21-14.
Oilers 21-14. I like that score. Not to be too similar to you, but I'm going to have to give, some props to the special teams again. I'm going to go Huntington Beach 27, Summit 10.
All right, I'm cool with that. All right, the Chargers taking on Lunzinger. Is that how you pronounce it?
Lusinger.
Oh, Loser. Well, hopefully they're going to be losing the game.
L-E-U, Zinger. Lusinger.
Yeah. Edison, like I said it before, they're my Penn State of high school football.
Yep.
They're blue collar. They're methodical. They're going to go take care of business. Give me the Chargers 45-10.
Yeah, this game I think is going to be I think the Chargers are going to dominate this team. I mean, we don't know a lot about Lusinger. I've spent a lot of time in the South Bay, so I know the big schools up there. Typically it's like Miracosta and Redondo Union and Hawthorne. But I think Edison I think Edison's going to be around 56-7.
Harbor is at Marina, an old Sunset League team. They know each other very well.
Yep.
Harbor is coming back on a short week, coming home from Hawaii. Are there going to be any letdowns?
No,
Okay, so
no.
I don't think so either.
Coach Lofthouse will have those guys prepared. I mean, they're probably getting home today from Hawaii. They got school tomorrow, but they'll be right back to business.
They're going to take care of business. Give me the Sailors 49-7.
Yeah, I'm going to say Sailors 42-7. Yeah.
All right. Then, of course, the last game of the weekend, Saturday nights, the showdown. Los Alamitos is going to Florida to take on American Heritage.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I don't know all that much about American Heritage.
No.
I'm sure they're good, but I really don't care, to be quite honest. They're not beating Los Al.
Nope.
Give me the Griffins 49-7.
I'll have a little tighter contest. The Griffins definitely go take care of business, come home happy, 35-21.
All right, well, you're going to have to tune in Saturday night to ESPN to find out for yourselves. But remember, their starters were out at halftime. What could they have done with 4 quarters? But
that's true, too.
We'll find out for ourselves. But anyway,
that's true.
As we wrap up the Fan Zone section, or segment of Sunset Rewind, we want to continue to encourage to get all of you involved. Please like, please subscribe, put comments in. We read them all. If it's appropriate, we'll certainly read it on the air. And then whenever we do our segments with the teams, the game review, we're starting and ending with music. If there's something you want to hear, put it in the comment section, and we'll open up our shows to your music.
And we'll give you credit for it. Yeah. We'll take suggestions. If you got a good song that you think is just going to pop and, add to the podcast, make a suggestion, and we'll definitely give you credit for it.
With that, we ready to sign off?
That's about it for this week. We'll check in with you again next week. Thanks for joining us. Thanks to Murphy Cargis, our wonderful producer. Everyone out there, have a great day, and God bless you.